Let's now take a look at how the public can get involved with Parliament. This is how much is spent on maintaining Parliament, particularly members of Parliament. And it's important that the general public do get involved with their representatives who are supposed to voice their concerns in Parliament. Let's now take a look at how the general public can interact with Parliament. Now, this section will discuss the ways in which one can engage with members of Parliament. Several sources, such as accessing the Hansard and committee reports, are discussed below. In addition to the traditional parliamentary sources, as useful tools is the Right to Information, or the RTI law, which was introduced through Act number 12 of 2016. The Parliament and Right to Information. The parliamentary website contains all the relevant information regarding the RTI officers to contact and the RTI annual reports of Parliament and the forms to complete if any information requested is to be made. These documents can be found on the parliamentary website www.parliament.lk. Now, to understand the RTI law and the processes involved in it, you can visit the RTI website www.rti.gov.lk. Let's now take a look at Parliament's Department of Communication. The Department of Communication, comprised with qualified professionals, is a key to assure the highest standards of information on Parliament can be effectively communicated to the people of Sri Lanka, thereby strengthening the concept of public outreach as well. In addition to the above sources, one can also visit the social media platforms maintained by the Sri Lanka Parliament, their Facebook page, which is under the title Parliament of Sri Lanka, their Instagram account SL Parliament, and also the Twitter account at Parliament LK, and the YouTube channel of the Parliament of Sri Lanka. Let's now focus on how you can monitor the representative that you have elected into Parliament, your MP. There are a few ways one can monitor the member of Parliament that they have elected. Several of these options are accessible online. The following section contains the ways in which one can access parliamentary information to monitor the conduct of their elected members. Firstly, you can access parliamentary members' conduct through the Hansard. Now, the Hansard is a verbatim record of proceedings in Parliament. It is considered the official report of Parliament. The speeches made in Parliament are recorded in the language the speech is made. The Hansard is a register of contemporary history and is a valuable source of information for anyone interested in looking into the parliamentary proceedings on a particular date. The Hansard is printed by the government printer, and a digital copy is available on the Parliament of Sri Lanka website. You can access the Hansard copies on the parliamentary website, that is www.parliament.lk. Moving on to committee reports. The Parliament has several committees where work is delegated to the committees to ensure that it is done with reasonable care and responsibility. Under the standing orders, there are 4 types of committees. 1. Select committees. 2. Consultative committees. 3. Standing committees. And 4. Committees for special purpose. Now, under this, there are 8 committees that are the committees of selection, Committee on Standing Orders, Committee on Parliamentary Business, House Committee, Committee on Public Accounts, Committee on Public Enterprise, Committee on Privileges, the Committee on Public Petitions, and the Committee on High Posts. A person can access the reports of these committees and gain an understanding about the work of their members in Parliament. You can check these details on, once again, the parliamentary website www.parliament.lk. There is also a live telecast of the proceedings in Parliament when the House convenes. Parliament of Sri Lanka websites provides for a live telecast and on-demand webcast of the parliamentary proceedings. This too can be accessed on the parliamentary website, that is once again www.parliament.lk. Moving on to public petitions. Citizens have a right to petition Parliament to redress a grievance. Filling a public petition can also be considered a way in which one can monitor their member of Parliament, as their actions and decisions can be brought up through a petition. Once a petition is received, the Speaker refers the petitions presented by members of Parliament to the Public Petitions Committee. This committee can conduct an inquiry by summoning the relevant officials. It also has the power to call for any paper, book, report or record or of any other document. The Petitions Committee can also decide to refer some of the matters to the Parliamentary Commissioner for Administration, also known as the Ombudsman, for an investigation to be conducted. Monitoring the attendance of your parliamentarians. The Parliament of Sri Lanka website contains the attendance data of each proceedings. One can look at the attendance of their member in Parliament through the parliamentary website, that is once again www.parliament.lk. There is another source where all information relating to parliamentarians' attendance and their performance is listed. Now, this source is Manthri.lk. Manthri.lk is a pioneering trilingual website which for the first time profiles the actions and activities of each of the 225 members of Parliament in Sri Lanka. As a MP monitoring scorecard, Manthri.lk recognizes the need for accountability between parliamentarians and their electorates. Manthri.lk collects its data from an in-depth analysis of the Parliamentary Hansard, a verbatim record of parliamentary proceedings. The data that is captured is then entered into a detailed classification coding system. Manthri.lk also provides a profile for each MP, detailing their educational backgrounds in addition to their contact and social media details. In doing so, Manthri.lk seeks to improve the flow of information between MPs and the general public. It also intends on incentivizing better performance by MPs in light of the enhanced scrutiny of their parliamentary activity. You can log on to the Manthri.lk site on www.manthri.lk. Another source where you can gather information regarding your parliamentarians is Transparency International Sri Lanka. Transparency International Sri Lanka provided the opportunity for parliamentarians to voluntarily disclose their asset declarations. And the asset declarations of a few parliamentarians who have voluntarily handed it over to Transparency International have been displayed on their website. Their website can be accessed on www.tislsrilanka.org. These are some of the ways through which you can monitor the performance of your MPs, keep tabs on the representative that you have sent to Parliament to voice your concerns.